Good afternoon, everybody, and happy Friday to one and to all. Let's go back in time, shall we, to 1966, in another game of Strat-O-Matic baseball, the full 1966 replay, game 558 now, out of, I think it's 1,609 in total. 1620, of course, scheduled. There were some games that were not made up. And it's the Cubs at the Giants for a short two-game set. Heat wave is back in Spokane, I'm telling you what. And thank you, first of all, thank you to everyone. We did it. We hit 500 subscribers. Hello to Frank. Frank played this game, and it was Giants 10, Cubs 4 on inside pitch, if I'm not mistaken. Another fine tabletop game. In this game, Ernie Broglio is the starting pitcher for the Cubs. Gaylord Perry returns to the mound for the Giants. Perry's been out of action for a little while. And welcome into Bob Cole. Hello, Madden 2004. Yes, that's right, happy Labor Day weekend. Pig out in the park in full gear here in Spokane. Before we get to this game, I wanted to show you something about yesterday's game. This doesn't happen very often, but as you can see, the game engine awarded Roy Face the victory, so he does not get a save. He gets the win. I had assigned the win to McBean, but in the case of where the starter doesn't go 5, as you know, the official scorer may give the win to the pitcher who pitched the best, basically. But certainly wouldn't be Mickelson. So to choose between McBean and Face, the computer went with Roy Face, and that's fine with me. I like to show you guys these things. It's not like I think somebody's going to come along and go, hey, wait a minute, Face should have one more save. Nobody could keep track of every player, although some people may follow their favorite player closely. I remember Bob Cole, for example, was tracking Matty Alou early in the season. It's possible we've got a huge Roy Face fan out there that would be saying, hey, wait a minute, he should have one more save. Well, he has one more win instead. I'm sure Mr. Face is quite happy with that. And welcoming in Cosmo. Hello, Mr. Kramer. I'm not only a surgeon, but I'm also a general. Or the postmaster. I'm not only a postmaster, I'm also a general. God, I messed that up, didn't I? Let's look at the pitcher's numbers for this game. Broglio on the season. 3-5, 4.78 ERAs, made 9 starts, completed one of them. 52 2/3 innings of work, 46 hits allowed. Perry's pitched very well. Ignore the 3-4 mark. His 2.59 ERA ranks among the league leaders, and in 8 starts, 2 complete games, 63 innings of work. And there's Franklin. Hello, Franklin. So that's where we're at today. It's a happy hour Friday all around the nation. Dancing in the streets. Alrighty, here's the lineup for the Cubs. Glenn Beckert leads it off at second base. George Altman will get the start in left field today. Billy Williams is in right. Ron Santo at third base hits cleanup. Ernie Banks will be at first base. Byron Brown in center field today, hitting 6th. Randy Hundley will do the catching. Don Kessinger is the shortstop, and Ernie Broglio the pitcher. Who's hot and who's not? Willie Mays is hot. In his last 10 games, a .469 clip, 3 home runs and 12 RBIs. Let's get you the umpires for today's contest. and we'll get underway. He very well might, Bill. I can't argue that. The umpires are Ken Burkhart calling the balls and strikes, Chris Pelakudis first, Bob Engel at second, and Frank Sikori down at third. And with that, we're about ready to go here. Umpire says play ball. Perry's set to go. And up steps Glenn Beckert. Beckert hitting .318 on the year so far. No homers, 16 RBIs. Perry into the windup. It's a 4-9 right-handed liner to third. Single to 14, and that is speared by Jim Ray Hart at third to deprive Beckert of a base hit. So a nice play by Hart. As the closer today, he probably would want the save. Here's Altman now looking for his numbers. George Altman in limited playing time, just 11 for 83. That's a 133 average. Fairly anemic. 1 homer, 11 RBIs. Left-handed batter. Perry's pitch is a 2-7 right-handed. That's going to be a grounder to third. Single to 4, and it's fielded there by Hart, who throws him out. It's all Jim Ray Hart with the gloves so far. 2 down. And Larry's here. Here's Billy Williams, 273 average, 12 home runs, tied for the team lead, and 36 RBIs. Perry into the windup. 4-9 right-handed. There it is again. Liner to third. Single 14, and this one gets through into left field for a 2-out single. All 3 hit third base. That one makes it into the outfield grass. And Billy Williams, no threat to steal. With 2 out, Ron Santo will come to bat. Santo, the leading hitter on the team. Second in the National League in batting at .363. 12 home runs and a team-leading 43 runs batted in. And hello, Ben Witz. Thank you, Frank. Boy, I'll tell you what, just under 2 years, too. Let me complete this first inning, and I'll tell you a little story. Short one. Perry checks the runner. The pitch to Santos, a 3-7, and he loses him ball 4. A 2-out walk to Ron Santo. Williams down to second. And that's going to bring up Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks. Banks on the year, 266, 6 home runs, 25 RBIs. Perry working on the ball. Wink, wink. Checks the runner. It's a 3-5 right-handed. Base hit, but it's an infield single, and the runner will have to stop at third. So a 1-star single for Banks loads the bases. Williams to third, Santo to second. Bases loaded, 2 away, and it's up to Byron Brown. Brown, 244, 8 home runs, 28 runs batted in. Perry, the full windup. The pitch is a 6-5 right-handed, a grounder shortstop X. Tough chance for Lanier. 342. Here's the roll on the play on a 20. He's got it. Fires over to McCovey, and that will retire the side, and the Cubs leave the bases loaded here in the first inning. No runs, 2 hits, 3 left on after half. It's Chicago 0, San Francisco coming to bat against Ernie Broglio. Anyway, the story. When I first started this thing, I was talking to my niece, and she says, You'll be at 100 really soon. I think I had 40 or something at the time. I said, there might not even be 100 people on YouTube that even know what Strat-O-Matic is. So to be at 500 has certainly surpassed my expectations, and I am truly humbled. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing and participating. And a special thanks to the group in the chat room who make this so much fun for me. Okay, here's the lineup for the Giants. Tito Fuentes leads off at second base. Len Gabrielson will be in left field. Willie Mays, of course, bats third and center. Willie McCovey in the cleanup spot at first base. Jim Ray Hart will be at third base. Tom Haller will do the catching. Ollie Downtown Brown in right. Hal Lanier is the shortstop, and Gaylord Perry, the pitcher, hitting last. What happens? Well, I had to fill out some basic information, and now I'm under review they're going to review my content and make sure it is appropriate for their standards. After that, I have no idea. I know they don't start placing ads till 1,000. That's what I'm told. But I did have to apply to be, quote, monetized. So we'll see. No big thing. It's fun. It'll be fun to see what happens. As for 1,000, well, we'll see in 2 years. Could there possibly be 1,000 people that would follow Strat-O-Matic baseball? I don't know. I'm doubtful, but we'll see. Braulio ready to go to work in the bottom of the first. Tito Fuentes will start it off, welcoming in Bob Merrow. Tito Fuentes at 249, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. Switch hitter hitting left-handed. The pitch from Ernie's a 4-10 left-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and down goes Tito. That'll bring up Len Gabrielson. Gabrielson, 222 on the year, 2 home runs, only 2 RBIs. So 2 solo shots for Gabrielson. Braulio into the windup. 210 right-handed. He bangs that up the middle for a base hit. Gabrielson aboard with a 1-out single. And up steps Willie Mays. We already have some predictions of a Mays homer today. 16 on the season with 44 runs batted in, and his average sitting at 298. Well, thank you, Bob, and it did the same for me. I had played the Windows version for so many years. Honestly, I'd forgotten just how much fun the cards and dice are. And welcome into Colin. Gabrielson a modest lead at first. Braulio out of the stretch. The pitch to Mays on a 6-7 righty. Gets banged into left center for a base hit. Triple to 2. That's going to be a 2-star single for Mays. Gabrielson all the way to third, and the Giants have him on the corners with 1 away. Mays no longer a big threat to steal. Let's check the Chicago battery anyway. We find Braulio with a 0 hold, Hundley a 0. So Mays a 17. You know what? We're going to roll for it. I don't usually do this. Try to get that 3. 6. He does not get it. You're always risking that pickoff. Let's see how the Cubs are going to play this now. McCovey does not hit into many double plays. They're going to bring the infield in for McCovey. Just part of the process, Bob. Braulio's pitch to the infield in is a 3-9 right-handed, and he loses in ball 4, and the bases are loaded. McCovey walks to load the bases. And Jim Ray Hart will be coming up to bat here. Hart on the season, 299, the leading hitter on the ball club. 12 home runs, 35 RBIs, and the Cubs will push the infield back. Broglio trying to coax a ground ball out of Hart now. The pitch is a 6-4 right-handed. Fly to center field X. That's going to be Brown. Tough chance for Brown. He's a 4E12. Here's the play. Hold your breath on this one. On a 13, he can't get to it. That's down for a base hit. Here comes Gabrielson to score. Mays right on his heels to score. Into third goes McCovey, and the Giants take the lead on a 2-run single by Jim Ray Hart. Thank you, Bill. I looked at everybody before I started this, and I have to give credit where credit is due. It was Jeffrey that influenced me on making the score sheet, the focal part. My own thought was to make it so that you could listen to it without having to look at it. In other words, making it like a radio broadcast. Okay, let's see how the Cubs are going to play this now. Trailing by 2 already. Haller hits into a lot of double plays. They're going to stay back and try to get the ground ball again. Broglio set. The pitch on a 4-2. Grounder to first base X. That's going to be Banks. 3E13. Here's the play. On an 18... He's got it. He goes down to Kessinger for 1, back to first, not in time, and another run will score. So they got the ground ball. We're unable to turn 2. And on the play, McCovey crosses the plate to make it 3-0 San Francisco. So the Giants all over Broglio here in the first. 2 away now, and here's Ollie Brown. It's been a struggle for Brown. 197 average, still looking for his first home run. Here's the pitch to Brown. 311 right-handed. Base hit into right field for Brown. Haller can go to third. 11-13. Williams a +1, 14. With 2 outs, they're going to hold him up. And that'll get Hal Lanier to the plate. Lanier, a defense first player, hitting just 181, 1 homer, 10 RBIs. Broglio with the pitch. That's a 6-9 right-handed. Grounder to short X. That's Kessinger. 2E40. Here's the play. That's going to be a 16. Kessinger grabs it, fires over to Banks, and the side is retired. Nice play by Don Kessinger to wrap up the first inning. But the Giants score 3 on 4 hits, leave a pair. And after 1 inning, they lead it 3-0. Yeah, what a game by Kyle Schwarber, huh? 4 home run game, the 3rd time this season there's been a 4 home run game. I believe that's the most ever in a single season. Good point, Bill, yeah. You can catch up and see what's going on. Giants jump out in front 3-0. Gaylord Perry taking the mound for the 2nd inning. What's going on? I don't know. Let's ask Marvin Gaye. He seems to know. Randy Hundley will start off the 2nd. Hundley at 244 on the season with 9 home runs, 28 RBIs. Perry gets the side. The windup and the pitch is a 3-10 right-handed. A grounder to shortstop. Lanier gloves it over to McCovey, 1 down. Here's Don Kessinger now, the switch hitting shortstop. 254 on the year, no home runs, 8 RBIs, batting lefty against Perry. Gaylord into the windup. 6-7 left-handed, grounder second base X. Tough chance for Fuentes, 337. To his left now on 9, that'll be the E range. It's a roll of a 9 on a 37, and that's going to be off of his glove for an error. So error Fuentes. Kessinger at first, and for Tito, that is his 13th error of the season. Perry with a fine -3 hold. Kessinger a star 15 stealer. Haller a 0. So Kessinger not held at 12. And that brings up Brolio, a fine hitting pitcher, right-handed batter. He's going to swing away. The pitch from Perry. 2-9 right-handed. Hart smash to third. Hart goes down to Fuentes for 1. Nice turn to McCovey. 5-4-3 double play. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Oh, and they had a position player pitching. Still working on that one here. I'll bet, Bob, the 21's fascinating. I'm not sure I would know how to manage those dead ball years. We go to the bottom of the second now. Gaylord Perry will lead it off. Perry, a right-handed batter. Brolio with the windup on the pitch. That's a 2-3. Grounder down to first. Ernie Banks will take it to the bag himself. And there's one away. Probably even more challenging, Franklin. Here's Tito. He struck out in the first, batting lefty. The pitch from Ernie Brolio is a 6-7 left-handed. That's ripped into center field. Going back is Brown, double to 10. That is caught by Brown in center. Nice running catch by Brown. 2 away, and it's up to Len Gabrielson. Gabrielson singled and scored in the first. The pitch from Brolio, 3-8 right-handed. Grounder down to first. Banks has it. Shovels to Brolio, and that'll do it. A 1-2-3 inning as Ernie Brolio settles down in the second. We've played 2. It's 3-0 Giants. Giants trying to get on track, sitting at 25-33 on the season. Just 1 game ahead of the Cubs, 22-32. Moving along to the third inning, Glenn Beckert will start it off. Beckert 0 for 1 so far. Gaylord Perry gets the sign from Howard. The pitch is a 6-10 right-handed. Grounder down to first. McCovey has it. Underhands to Perry covering, and there's one down. George Altman will be the batter. 0 for 1. Perry into the windup now. The pitch is a 2-7 righty. Grounder down to third, single to 4, and that is fielded there by Hart, who throws him out. Pretty much the same result as Altman's first at bat. And that'll bring up Billy Williams with 2 down, nobody on. Billy singled in the first. Perry into the windup. 4-11 left-handed. Routine grounder to second. Funes picks it up, flips to McCovey, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Gaylord Perry. So Perry returns to action. Looks like he's in mid-season form. I don't know if Perry had a minor injury or what exactly, but I know we haven't seen him in a while. Heart of the order coming up for San Francisco in the bottom of the third. Mays singled and scored in the first. Brolio into the windup. Pitch to Willie Mays is a 6-8 right-handed, and he loses in ball 4. Leadoff walk to Mays. Mays not held at first. Here's Willie McCovey. Brolio gets the sign from Hundley. From the stretch, the pitch to McCovey's a 1-9 right-handed. Struck him out. McCovey down on strikes. Here's Jim Ray Hart. He's got the big hit in the ball game so far. A 2-run single in the first. Brolio toes the rubber. Now from the stretch. Comes in there with a 2-5 righty, and Hart deposits that one into right field. That's going to drop in front of Williams. Mays can go to third on that. 17, 19, 20. The most it can be is 19, and the Cubs will concede it. They cut the throw off and hold Hart to a single. You're not going to throw Mays out at third. Runners at the corners, 1 down. Tom Haller at the plate. Let's see how the Cubs want to play this now. They trail by 3. They're going to bring it in. Welcome into Jimmy Jam, who's for the Cubs. Infield in, Brolio's pitch to Howard. 5-7 lefty. He walks him and the bases are loaded. Third walk issued by Ernie Brolio in this one. Brolio rated 5 for starter endurance. He may not make it 5. In fact, looking down in the Chicago bullpen, Fergie Jenkins has the jacket off and is beginning to throw. The batter is Ollie Brown. Take a look at Brown's card against right-handers. Not a particularly strong card. Looks like about 7, 10, 15 ground ball A's. Infield will remain in. Cubs feel they can't get any further behind in this one. The pitch to Brown. 3-3, and that's a walk with the bases loaded. That's going to force in a run. The third walk of the inning for Brolio. Oh my. Mays comes in to score, give an RBI to Brown. Jenkins getting ready in a hurry now. Hal Lanier steps to the plate. 4-0 San Francisco, bottom of the third. I think it would be kind of weird playing a season where I didn't know any of the players. I mean, nothing about them. All right, Broly on the ropes here. Lanier standing in 0 for 1. The windup and the pitch is a 2-5 righty. Grounder down to third, hard hit. Sano has it to Beckert for 1, to Banks, double play, 5-4-3. Ron Sano bails out his pitcher. The Giants settle for 1 on 1 hit and leave the bases full. But after 3 innings of play, they lead it 4-0. And I'll tell you what, the way Gaylord Perry's throwing today, looks like 4 just might be enough. Yeah, exactly, Bob. At least you can get the lineups. Yeah, for me personally, how can you forget 1978? I sure can't. I'll tell you what, to this day, we're talking what, 47 years later, you still don't even dare say the words Bucky Dent to a Red Sox fan. Top of the 4th, Ron Sano will start things off. He walked his first time up. Gaylord Perry gets the sign. Pitches a 4-11 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. First strikeout for Gaylord. Or Bill Buckner. That's true. I blame the manager for that one. I'm sorry. Buckner with a bad leg shouldn't have even been out there tonight. Here's Banks. He singled his first time up. Perry gets the sign. 210 right-handed. That's ripped into left center. Double to 4. That's going to be a long single for Ernie Banks, and Ernie 2 for 2 on the day. Runner at first, 1 down. Here's Byron Brown. Byron grounded to short his first time up. Perry from the stretch. 6-7 right-handed. Grounder second base X. That could be 2. Fuente's a 337. Here's the play on a 13. He's got it. He goes to Lanier for 1 to first, not in time. That'll be a force. 4-6 force. Banks erased. With 2 down, the hitter will be Randy Hundley. That's right, Ben. Two down, the pitch to Hundley. 111 right-handed, ball 4, he walks him. Hundley works out the 2-out walk. Brown to second. And that'll get Don Kessinger to the plate here in the 4th. Kessinger reached on an error in the 2nd. First and second, 2 away. Perry's pitch to Kessinger is a 2-8 right-handed. Base hit into right field. They're waving Brown in. He's going to cross the plate all the way to third, Hundley. And the Cubs get on the board. Score 4-1 now. On an RBI single from Don Kessinger. Decision time, made easier, of course, by Broglio's 5 hitting card. They're going to let him hit. There's the pitch on a 6-4 right-handed grounder shortstop X. Tough chance for Lanier, 342. Hold your breath on this one. That's going to be an error range. A 6 on a 42. I can see this coming a mile away. That will be an error on Lanier as his throw pulls McCovey off the bag. And Hundley comes in to score. 4-2 now. Second San Francisco error of the ball game. Game 163, American League 1978, yes. The Sox should have never had to play that game, really. They had like a 12-game lead in September. The Yankees caught them. It looked like they were going to win. Looked like the Red Sox were going to win the tiebreaker until Bucky Dent came up. In fact, as a Dodger fan at the time, I was already relishing the thought of playing Boston rather than the Yankees again. Not to be. And of course, the 78 World Series included the famous Reggie Jackson hip incident. So yeah, a lot of weird, wild drama near the end of 1978. First and second, 2 down, Glenn Beckert at the plate. 4-2 Giants. Perry rubs a little jalapeno in his nose. Comes set. The pitch to Beckert on a 3-6. Grounder to third base. Hart has it. Goes the short way to Fuentes, and that'll do it. 2 runs for the Cubs on 2 hits, 2 left. Through 3.5, it's 4-2 San Francisco. For Ernie Broglio now, his first endurance inning. And Gaylord Perry will lead it off for the Giants. Perry, a right-handed batter. Broglio with the pitch on a 6-6, swung on and missed, strike 3. Not all that surprising. Third strikeout for Broglio, and here's Tito Fuentes. Broglio with the windup and the pitch. It's a 4-4 left-handed. Grounder third base X. That's the Gold Glover Santo. 1E27. Ranging to his left on an 18. He's got it. Straightens up, fires to first, 2 down. Nice play, Santo at third. That'll bring up Len Gabrielson, 2 down, nobody on. Gabrielson 1 for 2 in this one. Broglio into the windup. 2-5 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to center field. Backing up is Brown. Double to 6, and Brown makes a nice running catch to retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for Broglio, and we're through 4. Gaylord Perry takes the mound for the 6th. Perry rated 7 endurance. And before we go to the 5th, I'm going to get some more coffee. Okay, we're ready to roll. Franklin, you'll have to refresh my memory on the 2011 game 163. I'm sure it'll come back to me. Altman, Williams, and Santo due for the Cubs. Altman's grounded to third both times up today. Perry into the windup. Pitch is a 2-12 right-handed. Routine grounder to second. Fuentes gloves it, throws to McCovey, one down. Here's Williams now. Billy 1 for 2. Gaylord into the windup. 2-4 righty. Grounder wide to second. Fuentes there to plug up the hole. Flips to McCovey, 2 away. And the batter will be Ron Santo. Walked and struck out so far. The pitch from Perry. 3-8 right-handed. Struck him out. Santo goes down on strikes for the second time today. The Cubs go down in order. And Perry seems to have found it once again. Correction, this is the first endurance inning for Brolio. Getting ahead of myself. That's right, Bill. Thank you for that little trip down Amnesia Lane. Willie Mays will start off the fifth for the Giants. Singled and walked so far. Brolio with the windup and the pitch. That's a 5-11 righty. Fly ball to left field X. Tough chance for Altman, a 4-13. Racing to the gap now. On a 17, he makes a fine running catch for the out. Oh boy, I didn't think he was going to get there. Fly to left for Mays. Here's McCovey. Walked and struck out so far. The pitch from Brolio. 4-6 left-handed. High fly ball to deep right field. Backing up is Williams at the track, at the wall. It's gone. McCovey can touch them all. .46 lefty. Homer to 18. He rolled to 4. And for McCovey, that's his 12th home run of the season. That makes the score 5-2 Giants. Out to the mound goes Randy Hundley. Hart 2 for 2 on the day. Brolio set now, the pitch. 5-3 right-handed. That ball is absolutely crushed to left field. Altman starts back and just watches it bye-bye baseball. Jim Ray Hart as the Giants go back-to-back. McCovey and Hart, homer in the fifth. 5-3 righty, no doubt about it. That one's long gone. And for Jim Ray Hart, his 13th home run of the season, and that's going to bring DeRocher out of the dugout. And that's going to be the end of the day for Ernie Brolio. Fergie Jenkins, who's been ready, will come on to pitch. Jenkins, another favorite of mine, of course. Brolio a short outing today, 4 1/3. 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 3. And as Jenkins gets loose, let's take a look at his numbers on the season. With Chicago, 3-3, a pair of saves, 4.01, 61 innings of work. Take a look at his card. He'll eventually make 12 starts. So far, his season's been in relief. Of course, he started the year with the Phillies, so let's take a look at his overall numbers. He wasn't with the Phillies very long. 4-3, 3.80. He had 3 starts for the Phillies. No, he's had 3 starts for the Cubs. Excuse me. I apologize. Jenkins, 22 appearances for the Cubs, 3 of them starts. He had 1 win for the Phillies. That was in relief. Okay, Jenkins ready to go to work. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Tom Haller at the plate. Jenkins gets the sign from Hundley. That's going to be a 2-6 right-handed, and he walks in ball 4. So Jenkins walks the first batter he faces, and Ollie Brown will come to bat. Brown singled and walked so far. The pitch is a 6-7 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. That's out number 2 as Brown goes down on strikes, and Hal Lanier will be the hitter. Jenkins set now. The pitch, 6-8 righty, grounder down to third. Sano gloves it strong, throw across, and that's the inning. The Giants tack on 2 more on back-to-back homers by Willie McCovey and Jim Ray Hart. And after 5 complete, they lead it 6-2. That is correct, Bill, yeah. That was part of the expanding the wild card game from 1 game to best of 3. That's correct, Larry. It is head-to-head. Yep. That's the tiebreaker for the division. Now they're talking about 8 divisions instead of 6. All kinds of stuff. Who knows what they're going to do. But you know what? In 1966, we don't have to worry about that because there are no divisions. Ernie Banks will start off the 6th for Chicago. He's 2 for 2 today. Gaylord Perry with the pitch. That's a 3-8 right-handed. Banks, hard ground ball up the middle and through into center field for his 3rd hit of the afternoon. That'll bring up Byron Brown, who's 0 for 2 today. Perry set. From the stretch, that's a 1-7 right-handed. High fly ball to center. Going back is Mays. Triple to 8, and Mays makes a fine running catch. And Brown is retired. Little excitement there. 1 down. Here's Randy Hundley. Perry out of the stretch. 3-12 righty. He struck him out. Just the 3rd K for Gaylord. And the batter will be Kessinger. Hello, Jeffrey. Yes, there has been talk for quite a while, actually. It's a matter of when, not if. 2 more teams. Plus a couple of teams transplanted, most likely. Las Vegas, still not a certainty. And then you've got all kinds of trouble down in Tampa Bay. Kessinger 1 for 2. Perry comes in with a 6-9 lefty, swung on and missed, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts by Gaylord Perry in the top of the 6th. For the Cubs, no runs, a hit, and 1 left. Here's Jenkins now. Gaylord Perry will lead off the bottom of the inning. Actually, Franklin, I learned a lot of it from you. Gaylord 0 for 2. Jenkins set now. The pitch is a 4-7 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. 1 away, top of the order for San Francisco. Here's Fuentes. Tito 0 for 3 today. Jenkins into the windup. 3-9, right-handed, grounder to shortstop. Kessinger has it, fires over to Banks, 2 down. Here's Gabrielson now, 1 for 3. Jenkins with the pitch. It's a 2-10 righty. Base hit up the middle for Gabrielson, his second hit of the game. As Willie Mays steps to the plate, 1 on, 2 down. Mays 1 for 2 with the walk. Jenkins towing the rubber from the stretch. Pitch to Willie Mays, 6-7, swung on and missed, strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Ferguson Jenkins in the 6th inning for the Giants. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. And we're through 6 innings, 6-2 Giants. Yeah, I would think that's now a union thing, the DH. You're going to take jobs away from players. They'll never go for that. Seventh inning, that's the first endurance inning for Gaylord Perry. Cubs will start off by sending up a pinch hitter for Jenkins. And Jenkins goes 1 2/3 today. 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs. Struck out 3. Good performance from Fergie. Left, right, left coming up. Let's see what we're going to do here. They used Heft in real life. He's a lefty. That's good enough for me. Heft begins warming. And leading off the 7th inning against Gaylord Perry. Looking for a lefty here. It's going to be Lee Thomas. Thomas also pinch hit in this game in real life. Thomas steps to the plate. His stats with Chicago, .241. He is 7 for 29 with a home run. Perry gets the sign. Pitch to Lee Thomas, 4-3 left-handed. Grounder third base X. Tough chance for Hart. He's a 430. To his left on a 16. He makes the stop, throws him out. What a play by Jim Ray Hart. Hart's had a very nice game in the field today. Can't believe I'm saying that. I, for one, don't mind the Ghost Runner. I don't like it in principle, but I like the fact that it saves your bullpen. As hard as these pitchers throw today, nobody... You have a 15, 16 inning game, your staff is just going to be trashed. One down, here's Beckert. Perry into the windup. 3-9 right-handed. Liner right at Lanier. Liner to short, 2 down quickly, and here's Altman. Altman 0 for 3. Perry the pitch to Altman. That's going to be a 4-9 left-handed. Base hit up the middle. 2-out single for Altman. That'll get Billy Williams to the plate here in the 7th. Hello, Al. Billy's 1 for 3. Singled in the first, grounded to second twice. Perry from the stretch. 2-6 right-handed. He loses in ball 4. Now one more hitter walk will fatigue Gaylord Perry. That's going to get him busy in the San Francisco bullpen. Lindy McDaniel, the right-hander, throwing. I don't know about you guys, but I'm gun-shy of bringing Lindsey in lately. Lindsey 1-4. He does have 9 of the team's 11 saves, but a 5.21 ERA. And listen to this. Speaking of who's hot and who's not, in Lindsey's last 10 games, 7 innings, 18 hits, 10 runs, 2 home runs. Okay, the umpire breaking up the meeting on the mound. Ron Santo, the Cubs' best hitter, at the plate. Perry's going to face him. Santo walked and struck out twice. Perry gets the side, the full windup, 4-6 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. And it's the hat trick for Ron Santo today. Oh my. The Cubs leave a pair. As we go to stretch, it's 6-2 Giants. I'll tell you, Frank, I'd rather Perry go the distance, if at all possible. Of course, I say that about all the starting pitchers, don't I? I can't help it. Love those complete games. Let's take a Mookie stretch. I'm going to grab some coffee. Clue, he's not in the tower. Hey there, Mookie. 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 Doesn't budge. Brought to you by you-know-who. Let's go in for a closer look. Hey, Mook. Boy, and there's the trivia question asked and answered. Franklin all over that one. Well, at least Mookie's awake. Sorry to interrupt your bath time there, little buddy. Mm-hmm. Here was the question. The remaining 29 teams, who has gone the longest since their last 20-game winner? And it was the Orioles. Franklin, for the bonus points, who was the 20-game winner? Back to the ball game, we're going to need a new pitcher for Chicago. That's going to be the left-hander, Billy Heft. Oh, wait. Maybe not. 83 Boddicker for the Orioles. But apparently the correct answer is 78 San Diego. Was that Gaylord? It was. How about that? Bottom of the seventh, McCovey will start it off. He homered his last time up. Facing a lefty now. Heft into the windup. 6-11. Fly ball to straightaway center. Brown is there and makes the grab. That's going to bring up Hart. Hart 3 for 3 today. Homered his last time up. 3 RBIs in this game. A pitch from Heft on a 5-10 righty. Grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Kessinger. 2 E40. Into the hole goes Kessinger. On a 13, he plants and throws just in time. Nice play, Kessinger. 2 down. And here's Tom Haller. Haller 0 for 1, walked twice. Billy Heft gets the sign. 5-7 left-hander. Haller rips that to right center. Double to 13. He's going to hold with a long single. So Tom Haller reaches for the 3rd time today. And here's Ollie Brown. Ollie 1 for 2 with a walk. Heft gets the sign from Hundley. The pitch is a 3-3, grounder down to first base. Banks will take it to the bag, and that'll do it for the 7th inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Six to 2 after 7, Giants leading. Excellent work there, Larry. In 78, Perry at age 39 went 21-6 and won the Cy Young Award. Cubs come to bat in the 8th, trailing by 4. Ernie Banks will lead it off. Banks 3 for 3 on the day. Perry with the windup and the pitch. It's a 5-8 righty. That's going to be another hit for Ernie. Double on a 1. That's a base hit for Banks, and he's 4 for 4. Again, one more hitter walk will fatigue Perry as Byron Brown steps to the plate. Brown 0 for 3 today. Perry out of the stretch. It's a 5-5 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. You know, you could almost see that one coming. For Byron Brown, that's his major league leading 63rd strikeout of the season. The batter is Hundley, 0 for 2 with a walk. Perry gets the sign. 3-2, Lomax. Liner to short, back to first, and they've got Banks. So Hundley lines into the double play. That kills the rally. No runs a hit, nobody left. And that leaves Perry 3 outs from a complete game. I want to thank everybody again for being here today, for watching, and getting me to 500 subscribers. Thank you all. Hall of Famer, 20-game winner for the Blue Jays. Clemens. No, it was Morris. Hal Lanier will lead off the bottom of the 8th. Heft's pitch to the right-hander is a 4-5 righty, swung on and missed, strike 3. First K for Billy Heft. Perry's going to bat. Right-handed batter on a 5-9, grounder to short X. That is Kessinger. 2E40, Kessinger to his left. On a 19, he scoops it up, twists and fires in time. Nice play, Kessinger. Two down, and it's Tito Fuentes. Fuentes will bat righty against Heft, and here's the pitch. 6-6, he loses in ball 4. Now the Giants, who would remove Gabrielson anyway for a pinch hitter, will go to the bench. And they'll bring in Jesus Alou to bat. He'll take over in left field. He's a 2E10 -1 and a 15 runner. Runner at first, 2 down. Heft pitching to Alou. On a 3-9 left-hander, he grounds it to second base. Beckert charges it, flips to Banks on the run, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, 1 left. Alou stays in the game in left. Last ups for the Cubs here as we go to the 9th. 6-2 Giants. Perry trying to go the distance. Don Kessinger will start it off. Kessinger 1 for 3 on the day. Perry gets the sign. The windup and the pitch is a 5-7 lefty. Ground ball to second. Fuentes gloves it, throws to McCovey, 1 down. Now the Cubs will send up a pinch hitter for Heft. Heft worked 2 innings in this one. Let's see what the Cubs have left on the bench. Jimmy Stewart, possibly. We're going to try to catch lightning in a bottle with Adolfo Phillips. Phillips batting .320 on the season, 5 home runs, 28 RBIs. Perry gets the sign, the windup, the pitch to Phillips, 1-9 righty, struck him out. And the Cubs down to their last out. Glenn Beckert steps to the plate. Perry reaching for his secret sauce. The pitch to Beckert. 3-8 righty. He pops him up. That's going to do it. McCovey waiting on it, and he puts it away, and that's the ball game. 6-2 Giants. Gaylord Perry all the way for the win. I'll have the totals in a moment. Perry squares his mark at 4-4. 9 innings, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits, 2 runs. Let's check the unearned run possibility here. Strikeout, single, walk. I'm sorry, force play, walk, 2 on, single, 1 run. So one of those runs is unearned. Get my whiteout out here. Gaylord walked 2-3. Not that many strikeouts for Perry. 3, 4, 5. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but Mookie just leaped to the top of the tower. Brolio, of course, the losing pitcher, he drops to 3-6. Heft worked 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, a walk, no runs, struck out 1. Good one, unmitigated. I love it. Yeah, it's got to be either Perry or Jim Ray Hart, I would think. I'm comfortable with either. Giants win it with 6 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors. Cubs just 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Ernie Banks certainly deserves mention with the 4-for-4 performance. Looks like it's fairly unanimous for Gaylord, though, and I'm fine with that. Chief Spokane Gary player of the game, none other than Gaylord Perry. Giants now have a modest 2-game winning streak. And the Bats have come alive in the last couple games. This weekend is interesting because I don't know for sure which day I'm going to take off, tomorrow or Sunday. And that's due, of course, to the pig out in the park thing going on. I'd like to make it down there one of those days. I'm going to go ahead and assume that we're going to go down tomorrow. So the game will be on Sunday, unless the situation changes, of course. And we're going to move on to June the 14th. First game on that date will be the Yankees at the Orioles. Jim Bouton for New York, Dave McNally for Baltimore. Good matchup there. Looking forward to it. I want to thank everybody again for being here. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on the next one. Take care and bye for now.